Hello and welcome back to another Slay the Spire stream. I'm your host, Vegetablebread, and we're going to be continuing our Watcher win streak series. Once again, we're at 1 victory out of 3, trying to make it 2. We haven't ever gotten to 2 during this series. We got close one time. No cigar so far. We're going to always boss swap, so let's just do that. Fusion Hammer's good. Happy to see that. The Mega Elite. It's the only way to do 3 fights before the Elite. It does force us into an early shop. Looks like there's no avoiding an early shop, actually. I guess we could go this path. That's the only way to avoid an early shop. That path is pretty good. It's 4 fights before the first Elite. We'll definitely do these 2, and then we'll decide when we're here if we want to do an extra question mark and a Mega Elite, or an extra fight and a fire. Extra question mark, Mega Elite and shop versus extra fight, regular elite and fire. Probably the extra fight, regular elite, fire. But you know. Okay, let's get into it. A jawed worm. A worm with jaws. A terrifying concept. Let's try to kill him next turn. And get it. Alright, 4 Energy Watcher decks. Very strong in Act 1. Bowling Bash and Cut Through Fate are probably the picks here. Perseverance is generally not a super strong card. Might find a place in an establishment deck every once in a while. Hold on, there's a wire going into my cat. Coconut appears to have walked through the camera wire and has it currently embedded in her haunch. She's like sleeping, and it's like between her back leg and her rib cage. She seems to be fairly comfortable, and I'd have to disrupt the camera to untangle it. So I guess I'll resolve the situation as it comes. We'll just deal with this being our reality. Coconut's really part of the stream today. She's like, every bit that comes from my camera goes into a wire, goes through Coconut, and then goes into the internet. So we're getting the real Coconut experience today. Actually, I think I'm gonna fix this now. Okay, so I'm gonna have to move the camera. Can I get this wire back from you, baby? Sorry to bother you. What is happening? How did you get this to happen? Sorry. Here, just pick your little foot up there. Just this foot comes up. There we go. We got it. Now you're unhooked. Sorry about bothering you. Yeah, that was weird. Why did I do that to you? I don't know. Okay, let's take Bowling Bash. Bowling Bash is super good at Act 1. Also pretty good at Act 2. Cut Through Fate is usually a better card in like Act 4 than Bowling Bash. Bowling Bash still can occasionally be better in like the Awakened One fight or the Spire Elites. Even Donu Deco does a little bit more damage. But the card draw and scrying effects are quite powerful. Maybe we should go with Cut Through Fate. I don't know. Bowling Bash is really just like extremely strong against sentries. So if we want to go here, we should do the Bowling Bash. But I think I'd probably prefer to go left, because I don't really want the early shop. Bowling Bash is also quite good at Act 1 hallway fights, though, and we're going to be doing a lot of Act 1 hallway fights. Also, we have Slime Boss as the boss. Yeah, it's pretty close between Bowling Bash and Cut Through Fate, but I think I'm going to get a Bowling Bash here. Okay. Yeah, I've had a nice day. Get a card remove shrine. Okay, I guess I'll pitch a strike. And now we have to decide, right or left? Mega Elite or regular Elite? Fight or question mark? Fire or shop? Fires don't have a ton of value because we have Fusion Hammer. So we can't get upgrades there. But I think I'm going to go left. And Espana, yeah, I respect the right call. Right makes sense. I really hate this shop. I just want to save money and get extra stuff. If we go... Going left feels right. Back when we thought left-handed people were the devil, we decided those words should be the same. We'll have enough money. Enough money for what? These fights are like 20 gold. This one's like 30, 50 gold. So we'll have like 40 plus another 40 maybe. So like 8 plus 80 gold. 190. It's like enough to buy a shop relic, but like not enough to make this an efficient floor. I want to go to shops with like 300 gold. This is like a 200 gold shop. Extra hallway fights are good though, because that gives us extra cards. Okay. If we erupt, we're going to be stuck. There's no way we can draw Vigilance next turn. We could just Eruption Vigilance. Let's do some extra damage. Or we could just end in Eruption and say, come at me. If we end in Eruption, we do 9 damage. He's at 42. We would need to do effectively 21 damage next turn with 4 energy. We actually would do that if we draw all 4. And if we don't draw all 4, then we've drawn 2 defends, right? And so we can just double defend, play 2. I think ending in Wrath is the right call here. Alright, so we double defend, double strike, as discussed. Look for lethal next turn. Okay. Smoke Bomb. Since we have an extra hallway fight, we kind of have the luxury of turning down an Empty Fist here. We could just take an Empty Fist, too. Empty Fist, unfortunately, has a really good upgrade, and we're never going to see it with Fusion Hammer. So I think we're going to pass. Pick up an early Prostrate as an option. I think Prostrate is a fine first mantra card, but I want to have some card draw before I pick it. Let's skip. Alright, our last easy pool fight. We're going to be weak next turn, so leaving him at 4 is a nice break point. Weak and frail. Drat. I guess we want to play Vigilance and Defend, so I'll just Vigilance, Defend, Strike. Take the slow line. And 1 damage. Alright. 1 damage from that fight, 2 damage from another fight. All in all, pretty decent start. Fasting is good. We've got extra energy, so we could go down to 3 energy. Punch people a little harder. Bowling Bash scales strength a little bit. Gives us something to build around early. It's got a pretty decent upgrade. Encourages us to pick things like Just Lucky. We don't currently really want to pick Just Lucky. Because we don't have any like scrying value or anything. Ooh, Hearthstone has announced their mini set. Fasting is good against pretty much every elite. Act 1 elite, that is. Obviously good with Orange Pellets, good with Deva Form. Good with just being a 6 energy watcher. Let's do it. Bottled Miracle is not super useful. We have 4 energy by default, and regen potions are good, too good to skip. We could skip the Smoke Bomb. If we use the Smoke Bomb next floor, though, I'm pretty happy. Net guy. Vigilance, defend, bowling bash makes sense. Do we drink the regen pot this fight? Regen pot max heals for, what is it, 11? No, it is 15. We can't really heal for 15 now. But we are taking at least 1 damage this turn, so we can heal for 11. Gives us our potion slot back. It also means we'd have to stay in this fight for 5 turns. That probably shouldn't be a problem. It might be, though. If we drink the regen pot, maybe we like fasting vigilance. Take 4 now. Nah, I think I like vigilance, defend, bowling bash, no potion. This is our 5th fight. Or 4th fight, rather. We've seen 3 potions, so our potion chance is down to like 10%. It's very low. We're unlikely to overrate old potion. Eruption double strike is not lethal. 24, 33. So we'll just go ahead and double defend, double strike, and work towards it. How useful is regen pot when you cannot smith at rest sites? It's kind of a weird talk about, because it's like that's just a question about the current situation. But I'll answer it. So in general, if you have Fusion Hammer, the value of like Regal Pillow and Dreamcatcher goes up, right? Because if you're spending your campsites appropriately, you're using your campsites to rest, right? And regen pot and resting both give you health back, so it can be difficult to find the right time to rest. I still think regen pot is significantly above the value of most potions, but the value is slightly lower. I don't know. It's very difficult to put numbers on it. Potions are a very illiquid resource in the game. Apart from buying them at shops, it's difficult to know when you're going to find potions and what kind of potions you're going to find. There's a really wide variance. The most easy way to convert potions to other resources is generally you can get like 10 health out of a potion. This is the way I tend to think about it. Okay, taking a bunch of damage here. Probably looking for lethal next turn, so we're probably not going to drink the regen pot now, but we are taking a bunch of damage. Wow. Triple defend strike should get lethal next turn. It doesn't take any damage, so I'll do that. Also considered fasting double defend, but doesn't seem right. Nice animal. Ooh, there's a conclude. Conclude's got a really good upgrade, which is unfortunate, but it's also just a really good card. No special meditate value, no establishment or anything. Tantrum. Simmering Fury. Conclude is a hell of a card, so let's grab that. Alright, Sentries is one of the best fights for regen pot. Seems great. Probably Vigilance, Defend, Conclude here. I really want to Eruption Conclude. Doesn't seem like there's a responsible way to do that. Conclude does 24, 33, so I can't kill Middle Sentry. So I would take 20 damage for doing that. It's true, question marks do go up because they cost you health, at least in Act 1. Shining Light. Scrap Ooze. Anything that costs you health is good because you can use the fires to heal it back up. If we don't Eruption Conclude, we're unlikely to kill one of the outside sentries next turn. If we do Eruption Conclude, we're likely to kill both. I guess we only take 15. So we Eruption Conclude. We're stuck in Wrath like forever, though. That's true. Yeah, we can fit Vigilance in. That's a good point. So it's Vigilance, Eruption, Defend, Conclude. So Vigilance, Defend blocks for 13. He hits for 20. We take 7, heal for 5. So we take net 2. Do 33 damage to one, 24 damage to the other. I think the problem with this line is it's so fast, we're not going to pay off our regen pot. So we, like, kill one of the outside sentries next turn. It's like, huh. Actually, kind of depends on if we get Bowling Bash. I think we're going to depend on Bowling Bash to win this fight for us. So it's going to be like Vigilance, Defend, Conclude. Does 12 damage, he'll be at 29. Bowling Bash does 21. That's actually really inconvenient. Fasting Bowling Bash would kill him for sure. Alright, I'm gonna go the slow way. Bash Eruption? What class are you playing right now? So Fasting Bowling Bash, Defend. Oh no, this only does 27 damage. So that's not lethal. I need to take a quick break. I'll be right back. Bash on Eruption is lethal. Bowling Bash, 21 to 42. Sorry about the, yeah, smart. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the fast route was right here. Being stuck at this doing 27 with fasting is gross. So now we have to, like, fasting Bowling Bash strike to kill one. I guess we'd kill this one. 27 plus 8 is plenty. We'll get fasting down. We do take quite a bit of damage though, take 10. Darn. Wait. It does 30 damage. Fasting gives you 3 strength. Alright, we're just getting started here. I was like, why was he left at 1? If he was left at 1, couldn't I have just killed the other one? Yes, you can. Yes, indeed. Wouldn't that be nice? Oh, god damn it, I have to restart again. Forgot the regen thought. Okay. Alright, we're gonna do it all right this time. Vigilance, defend, conclude. It's all happening. Don't have to click on turn, we played conclude. Fasting, Bowling Bash, defend, end turn. Alright. We did it all this time. How do we feel about Eruption Double Strike? Eruption Strike, this one does 18. 18 plus 12 is 30, so we could kill him and strike him. For 12, we'd have to find 2 attacks next turn to kill him. Oh wait, no, 18 plus 18 is 36. So a strike next turn would kill him. There would be 2 outs, or 3 outs. And then use Smoke Bomb. There's 3 outs, 4 outs if you count Vigilance, which I do. So 4 outs, 15 cards, drawn 5 out of 15, 4 outs. What does that look like? So it's 11 factorial over 6 factorial divided by 15 factorial over 10 factorial. Somebody give me the... God, where is it? Grumble. I need a bot for this. It is a 15% chance that we miss completely. Pretty unlikely. If it does happen... It's unlikely. I think I'm going to be satisfied with it's unlikely. Okie doke. I'll take that. Not the cleanest fight in the world. A lot of restarting. Devotion and Worship are mantra enters. Nirvana would be kind of good if we had picked the Cut-Through Fate instead of the Bowling Bash. It's not really the situation. I think I like Devotion better than Worship as a first mantra card. Devotion's a one-stop shop. Once it's upgraded... Oh wait, it's never upgraded. Haha. So it would put us into Divinity every 10 turns. 10 turns is quite a while. Question card is super good. That's true. Especially if you're looking for a specific card. Cough, cough, lesson learned, cough, cough. It'd be really nice to get a lesson learned to go with my Fusion Hammer. Every 10 turns is quite a bit slower than Worship. Worship's every 2 shuffles. If we play it every time we see it. We shuffle once every 3 turns. So this is once every 6 turns. This is once every 10 turns. Or once every 5 turns. Yeah, sorry. I did say every 10 turns. 5 turns is more correct. This is every 6 turns. This is every 5 turns. This one's cheaper. There's no advantage for Worship. Other than the theoretical, we could upgrade this and then get Establishment. Everyone in chat is correct. I am crazy. Let's pick Devotion. Alright. We went this whole extra way so we get this fire. Can't really do anything super valuable with the fire. We can recall here. It's a bit silly. But we're going to be forced into 2 more fires anyway. So might as well recall. Red key, Act 1. Bullying Bash does 21 damage here. Ka-chow! Let's double defend and split 1. Seal of 14 divided by 5 plus 10 over 2. What's plus 10 over 2? What are you talking about with that? Also, the math gets real complicated real fast. Fasting, defend, conclude. Seems great. Because there's all kinds of things where, like, worship can skip a shuffle sometimes, and, like, whatever. Other complications. This is a divinity deck now. Wheel Kick is sort of the presumptive winner here. Wheel Kick is super good. Fear No Evil sometimes is the best card. It's a good PogChamp. I don't recognize the person. I also I appreciate the ritual of, like, today's PogChamp is brought to you by the letter C. Wheel Kick and Fear No Evil seem to be the real contenders here. Prostrate could get picked. We have a Devotion now. Flurry of Blows is sometimes okay. Fear No Evil fights with Devotion a little bit. Fasting wants us to pick Just Lucky. Picking Just Lucky means we have to pick a bunch of card draw. Wheel Kick is card draw. Clicked. Alright. We want 2 more elites, so let's go here. Bottled Flame. Not a real powerhouse of an Act 1 relic. More often than not, Bottled Flame is a skip in Act 1. We did just pick up a Wheel Kick. How did the Prismatic Snecko run end up last night? Ridiculously powerful. Easy heart kill. Very strong deck. Also, hi, Bolsho Baker. Bolshoey Baker. I think I am going to bottle a Wheel Kick. Seems good. We can't do Devotion. Bottled Flame is attacks only. Yeah, Bottled Bowling Bash is a consideration. Bottled Bowling Bash is probably better in Act 1. But Bowling Bash is way better in Act 4, so... We have to rest here. Forced into it. We've got 20 health to spend in this fight. With basically no consequence. We want to develop Fasting before we wake him up, so... Those two get some stuff done this turn. Are we skipping Eruption Conclude? Because it seems good. Yeah, I think I am skipping it. Fasting the 2 attacks next turn. This way it gets us more Mantra. Wheel Kick can draw what? Nothing super good. It's the same damage per energy as Strike. 18 versus 18. Draws more cards. I guess I'll defend. Is this lethal? Eruption puts us back to 3 energy. Bowling Bash Strike concludes the end of the turn. 12 plus 20 is 32. Plus 18 is 50. Plus another 30 is 80. So we're off a little bit. Drat. Good flex pot. But we're going to be forced to heal next turn anyway. Or next floor. That heals us for 20. So I think we just take some damage. Try to get lethal next turn in Divinity. Seems good. Gira. Well, that's amazing. Now we've got something to do at campsites. Inner Peace. We saw, what's that card called? Fear No Evil last floor. Didn't pick it. If you use Smoke Bomb in the first fight of Colosseum, can you fight the second fight? I have no idea. I don't know the answer. I suspect so. Omni Double Devotion is a thing. Double Fasting, also a thing. Omni was certainly very strong in our last run. Both Inner Peace and Fear No Evil are here. All the little rushdown enablers. Trying to get into the game. I think the deck is too large for a rushdown combo. Actually, Devotion and Fasting both card remove. So we're only at 12. We'd have to add 2 cards, though. Double Conclude. That's the strat right there. I like the way this deck is shaping up. Fasting, Gira. It's a lot of strength. Maybe we take Flying Sleeves. Go into Divinity, get a bunch of strength. Flying Sleeves does a lot. We've got a Flex Spot. Hopefully we can lift twice. So we have 2 strength by the time we fight Slime Boss. We won't be able to go into Divinity by that time. Seems silly to pick Flying Sleeves or Omni, though. Omniscience is just a silly card for silly people. We've got a Wheel Kick in the deck. A Wheel Kick is like never in the draw pile though, because it's innate. The question is, are we silly people? Well, the answer to that is certainly yes. Coconut especially. I'm not sure if you're joking, Anansbana, but like Flying Sleeves can definitely kill the heart. No doubt about it. Get the heart vulnerable, get like, I don't know, what would it be, 6 strength, maybe 7 strength by the time we get there. Go into Divinity mode. So we're doing like 11 times 4.5 times 2. It's like 100 damage. I mean, it is with the setup, right? It's got vulnerable and Divinity, but that's clearly what we're building towards with strength and Divinity. It's good with Talk to the Hand. Can Fear No Evil build an infinite? I don't know. I was thinking about that earlier. Well, we have 2 cards that remove, so that's a start. But we'd be at 12 cards now. That's a bit high. We'd kind of have to pick Pandora's Box to get an infinite from here. Omniscience and Fasting do have anti-synergy, that's fair. A bit. Fasting makes Omniscience unplayable. I think we're probably picking another Energy Relic after the boss. Yeah, Omniscience into Double Fasting into any attack. Proccing Orange Pellets on turn 1 against the heart. Yum. No, not any attack. The attack is Talk to the Hand, obviously. Yeah, Omniscience has got some good targets. And Flying Sleeves is a common, so, like, we can kind of pick that whenever we want. I think the real question here is Omniscience or not. And then Flying Sleeves is the backup. Yeah, Omniscience is going to be a curse for a while. But it's possible we get Snecko Eye. It's possible we get another Energy Relic. It's possible we get Orange Pellets. There's a lot of outs to make Omniscience super good. We don't have any of them now. Even like Alpha. Yeah, the gear is huge for making fires good. I think we'll probably saturate the gear pretty quickly. But still. Do we ever pick Omniscience and then die in Act 2? No, we can like Omniscience Bowling Bash for Slavers. Yeah, I'm gonna pick it. Okay. Huh. Lifting. A knob, freshly gremlined. Fasting. This turn sucks. There's way too much. Oh, we drew all the attacks on turn 1. Super unfortunate. So we should definitely play Wheel Kick so that we can draw back to the attacks in the future. But what if we Wheel Kick and draw like Eruption Conclude, and then we have like no attacks left? It's the nightmare. We might end up smoke bombing this. If we Flex Pot, Wheel Kick, Bowling Bash, Strike, how much damage are we doing? 21 plus 13 is 34. Plus 12 is 46. So he's at 41, but we have like nothing left. Eruption Conclude's not enough. Eruption Strike Conclude is. Alright, I'm gonna do it. I think we need to win this fight. Damn it. Omniscience's double vigilance is not crazy. Because it means we don't draw vigilance next turn. It blocks out this turn. It did give him three strength procs though, which is pretty scary. Oh, you're talking about Omniscience Strike? If we just strike this turn, he goes down to 28. Do we ever get lethal? Yeah, Eruption plus Wheel Kick is lethal. Do we probably kill next turn? Because we have Eruption and then one card. If that one card is a defend, we're definitely not killing. I was thinking about Omniscience Vigilance. I think Omniscience Vigilance is the line. We take 1 this turn and set up for Eruption to draw with 2 cards to get lethal. Plus we can't redraw Omniscience or Vigilance. Can Eruption plus 1 attack kill next turn even if you don't strike? That's a good question. Be a 10 plus 14, so no, 24. So I think Omni Eruption is strictly worse than Omni Vigilance, because both of them need to draw 2 attacks next turn. Or an attack next turn, but if we Omni Vigilance, we take 1 damage now versus 16 now. And we take way more than 16 now, because Omni gives him strength, so we take 22 now. I'm gonna Omnivigilance. And if it doesn't work out, we'll just Smoke Bomb. Didn't work out. Rats. Strike concludes not lethal, so double defend. Should still have enough health here to, whatchamacallit? To take a strength before Slime Boss. Okay. I mean, Smoke Bomb's a resource, right? It allowed us to take a risky line. Didn't pay off. It's fine. We're no on all these. Third eye's kind of good. Well, what are you supposed to do if you get a Smoke Bomb as a Watcher? Just not use it? Just throw it away? I'm a Watcher, I don't need these silly tools. Card rewards? Pshaw. I can kill the heart with my starting deck. Gold? Ha! Who needs it? Relics are for the weak. 1v1 me. I think we're skipping here. That's true. Bottled Miracle would have been good that fight. And we did have to choose between what potion we wanted. We did also draw, like, worst case scenario, so... I can see both sides of it. Eruption Wheel Kick is a good start. I guess Eruption Conclude is almost as much damage. Lets us develop Devotion. Doesn't have the unfortunate side effect of potentially drawing both strikes. This deck doesn't have enough attacks in it. I guess it's got 3 attacks. But I also removed a strike, so... See Guitar. Yeah, I'm gonna take the max damage. Damn it. Strike Bowling Bash is 34 damage, so it leaves him at exactly 76. Wait, that's not how numbers work. That would leave him at 71. Right? 150 minus 18 minus 16... These add together to 34. 150, 105 minus 34, 71. It's too low. Alright, I'll just Bowling Bash then. It's an interesting point. We could Vigilance then Strike. I think I'd rather Omniscience a Wheel Kick next turn for like 60 damage though, and split him at like 20 while I'm in Wrath mode. Okay, that should be the fight. Rude. Fasting concludes splits both. I guess I'll strike conclude. so this one is dead. Okay. Daviform Vault. Brilliance and Judgment. Daviform matches up well with fasting, so you get to ameliorate the energy down by not caring about it. Also works well with Omniscience. Vault is one of the best cards in the game. Brilliance works with Devotion. Get some scaling out of that. Bites and Apps Silent. Those are kind of scary. Basically have to perfect the whole Act 3 if you can do that. Judgment also fairly helpful. It seems like we're a little low on damage. Yeah, Brilliance is kind of an odd card. It's like a really great pickup from like Niao. Like it's super solid in Act 1. But yeah, it ends up being like, it'll do like 30 damage a couple of times in the run, and then eventually it'll do like 200 damage to the heart, and you're like, okay, but I could kill the heart with anything now. Yeah, we are short on damage, and Brilliance is never bad damage. Daviform's better if we get Snecko Eye or like Pyramid or something. Which of these do we want if we see like Black Star? Probably Vault, right? Vault's pretty busted. So I feel like Brilliance and Judgment are sort of fighting for a slot, like, right? Like I would always pick one of these over the other. I'm not sure which one's which. Probably Brilliance, because we have Mantra. I do like Judgment, but they both cost 1 energy. They both do 30 damage, so that's true. Judgment occasionally gets bonus value. Judgment's also good against Spikers. So you don't have to do that last bit of damage. It's true. Spikers shouldn't be a huge challenge for the run. Still have all of our starting defends and a fasting. Yeah, also true. Omni and Daviform work well together. There's a good chance we just turn into a 5 energy deck in a second, though. Do 5 energy decks really need Daviform? Like, the most likely outcomes from the boss relic are 5 energy, or like Black Star, Snecko Eye, Runic Pyramid. It's true. Yeah, it's also it's worth noting that like building around the most likely situation, or planning around the most likely situation, is generally not correct. You want to plan around. If you're way behind, you want to plan around the best possible case scenario, because that's the only way you're going to win. And if you're way ahead, you want to plan around the worst case scenario and making sure that doesn't happen, because that's the only way you lose. So it seems like we're ahead, right? So we want to plan around the worst case scenario. And I think in the worst case scenario, we want Vault, right? Because Daviform, in the worst case scenario, Daviform is a dead card. And then we like die with Omniscience and Daviform in hand. And Vault can never do that to you. Yeah, I don't know if we're not like way ahead. We're just like watcher ahead, you know? Just like the standard distance ahead of the curve. We do have some dead cards, like Fasting, Devotion, Omniscience. Those aren't going to help you when you're in trouble. Also, Gremlin Nub is scary. No shame in running away from Gremlin Nub. I don't like that there's no music on this screen. I feel like I'm going to be on this screen for a second. I'm thinking about it. The no music is kind of like saying, all right, click the button, idiot. Let's get out of here. The name I picked dislikes Daviform. He feels like the deck is draw order dependent, and Daviform makes that even worse. Isn't every deck draw order dependent? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Sir Artemal concurs with something I don't understand. Okay. I think my problem with the deck is there's too many powers. Devotion, Fasting, Omniscience feels like a power. There's a lot of just setup-y stuff we gotta do. Slow. This card is slow also. It's a power. For example, you never want to draw Fasting before Omniscience. That's not true. A lot of times I want to Omniscience a Wheel Kick. Or Bowling Bash or something. I'm going to take the Vault. I'm not persuaded by your argument. I don't understand your argument, but I'm still going to take Vault. Okay. If we want to be a rushdown deck, we pick the Astrolabe, try and remove some cards, get rid of our strikes. We can be a 5 energy deck, 2 options for that. I'm not super happy carrying a deck spot to the rest of the game, but I'll do it if I have to. If we pick Kursky, we could get Duvu and get the ultimate Strength Watcher. No, we don't have Rushdown. We've been offered lots of like Inner Peace and Talk to the Hand, but we don't even have Rushdown or any of those. we didn't pick any of the enablers. Oops, that was too loud. Woke Coconut up from a nap. Sorry, Coconut. Probably Kursky. Kursky's pretty good. And Ansbana says we can get there. I don't know. Sir Artemal is definitely correct. This does not want to be a rushdown deck. There's nothing here that indicates this wants to be a rushdown deck. It's like I'm partially just memeing. But you know, you do want to keep your outs. Stay aware of your outs. And Rushdown could be one. Very difficult to make a Fusion Hammer deck a Rushdown deck because we'd have to upgrade Eruption somehow. Need like a lesson learned or something. We're like way far away. The Omniscience does help a little bit. It exhausts itself and another card. That's true. Astrolabe does give us an access to upgraded cards. Even if you're going to Omniscience Wheel Kick, playing Fasting before Omniscience is tough because Omniscience costs 4 energy. Sure. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. We're going to be a 5 energy deck here in a second, though. Almost certainly. I don't think the Astrolabe's getting picked. I don't think we're like so desperate for upgraded cards that we would pick Astrolabe for some reason. Plus, Astrolabe could give us like 3 upgraded copies of Daviform. It's like, what are we even doing if we pick that? Okay. Yeah, I like Key Tube. Collector. So we're looking for a special feature now that we have Key. We're looking for Chest and then Shop. Looks like the only Chest and then Shop here is this one. We also have 400 gold, so just going to a shop is fine. Do a bunch of hallway fights and get a fire here. Act 2 question marks are also just like, super good. So we could go like this way, try to get those question marks. Doesn't get us to the late shop though. We want to shop after the break. And that means we're doing this elite, so we can do one of these two, basically. Probably don't want to do 2 shops. We don't have that much money. So if we do the Mega Elite, we skip this question mark, basically. We just do all fights in a fire. Whereas this path does mostly fights, but then 1 question mark in a fire. Can you toke a curse if you have a peace pipe? Usually. The only curses you can't toke are Necronomicon, the Curse of the Bell, and Ascender's Bane. What is the Curse of the Bell called? Is it called Curse of the Bell? That seems too wordy. Yeah, it is called Curse of the Bell. Alright, I think we're gonna go left. There's an argument for going for a Mega Elite here, but I don't think I'm a buyer. Oh, the Omniscience just isn't strong yet. I'll do it in Act 3. Then again, having your pathing constrained and a curse key like puts a lot of tension on the pathing. If we have to do a Mega Elite in Act 3 and we also have to get to a shop after the break, might not be possible. So maybe we should just do it now since we can. This section is pretty brutal though. We fight a Mega Elite and then we get a curse, do a hallway fight, and fight another Elite. With the curse, presumably. Seems gross. Whereas this way we like fight an Elite and then we rest and then we do a hallway fight and, you know, still have to do this bit. Elite with the curse is non-negotiable. Hope for a shop in the question marks. I don't see how that's helpful. I guess you could do all these question marks and hope for a shop. There's quite a few question marks there. Decent chance. I think I'm going to go with the Mega Elite. I don't think we die right now. It's possible we do. Eruption, Bowling Bash, Strike. Probably not lethal. Eruption does 11, Bowling Bash would do 18 times 2, which is 36. 11 plus 36 is 47. Not enough to kill Looter. So just strike on him 2, and we take 22. It seems bad. Yeah, it's true that we can dodge the Mega Elite. But this path is just not good. 2 fights instead of fighting a Mega Elite. Yuck. If we're doing that, we're in big trouble. There's not really an out here. We could theoretically go this way, I guess, and like not open the chest. But if we don't open the chest or get the green key, dodge the second Elite. Yeah, and look for the card removing here. That just seems dangerous though. Like, what if we don't get it and then we're fighting Collector with a and Act 3 with a curse? Seems risky. We do have 5 energy now, so we could like Eruption, Wheel Kick, something. Wheel Kick does 34. 34 plus 11 is 45. 45, still not 49. We could Eruption, Bowling Bash, Vigilance. The problem with these lines is that Eruption, Bowling Bash, and Eruption, Wheel Kick don't kill a Slaver. What could Wheel Kick get? Wheel Kick get Conclude. Conclude would be great. We could just wheel kick now and look for, like, vault. Wheel kick vault. It's not really very good either. If we wheel kick, don't see vault, then we, like, vigilance bowling bash. I guess the max we'd take is, what, 14? Because we have hit for 22, block for 8. If we do, like, eruption, vigilance eruption, wheel kick, bowling bash or something. I think I like starting with wheel kick. Deck spot, vigilance, defend is a thing we could do. Blocks for 17. Take 4. Could cry like a little baby. You could do bowling bash vigilance. Got like deck spot, double block. Fasting Vault we could do. Draw these cards. That only 18 damage, it's not enough to kill somebody. Conclude and Vault are fighting over the end turn trigger. We could do Fasting, Double Defend, Conclude. It's pretty good. Block for 20. Seems great. We've got 10 stats. Got all the stats. Defend, kill the one who's threatening to run away. Play Devotion, take 4. Alright. Stole back 100 gold. Have access to a second wheel kick. Vault in to conclude. Yeah, seems like a great line. Wheel kick Sanctity, also here if we want to draw a bunch of cards. A lot of damage available. Bowling Bash triggers are Gira and are Fasting. That's true. Technically, we could have vaulted into Conclude. Good point. Maybe it's time to stop picking unupgraded cards. I don't know if that's really a luxury we have. That pretty much means we wouldn't pick any cards at all. As much as I would love for the deck to be more upgraded, it's just not going to happen. What to do? Feed your cat, someone says. No. I think it might be Sanctity here. Could use a little bit of block. More card draw is always good. We're frequently going to end our turns with a skill with Vault. I guess Conclude also ends a turn. It's a 5 energy deck. We could use some more card draw. We've already got a wheel kick. Wheel kick's kind of expensive. Alright. Shelled Parasite. Ah, man. Remember last deck when we could just Omniscience into Blasphemy, or Omniscience into Omniscience, and then Blasphemy and Ragnarok with Akabiko on turn 1? This fight would be over. Don't have it quite so easy this time. We could Wheel Kick, hope to draw some block cards. Or we could Fasting Wheel Kick, get a little bit extra damage. I think I like Wheel Kick first. What are you doing? Are you hiding behind a plant? We did get some block, got Sanctity. We could defend Sanctity, draw even more cards. Alpha Triple Omni. That's the dream right there. I've had that before. It's fun. This blocks for 11. We'd still be taking 10. We would draw 2 cards. Best card is like Conclude. Just bleeding health here. It's kind of okay, right? We need to use this campsite for something. Might as well be resting. Alright. Let's conclude. Oof. Yeah, I know we can lift, but we're not going to, because we keep losing a bunch of health. Eruption Bowling Bash Strike is clearly not lethal. Look at like Vigilance Vault. Block for more next turn. Next turn is just a bunch of blank cards, though. Those are only going to block for 4. Or, is it 4? No, it's 3. So we can block for 9 next turn. It's more than 6, I guess. Puts us in calm. Alright. Sure. Boo. What are we omnisciencing? Could Omniscience Fasting? It's exciting. Omniscience Eruption does 9, then 18, and then Wheel Kick for 34. No, we can't do that. Oh, we would be able to do that actually, because Omniscience would cost net 2. So if 3 energy left, we'd be able to Wheel Kick and Strike. I think that's probably lethal. 27 plus 34 is 61. He is at 70. So yeah, that's lethal. Okay. Finally got out of the fight. Gross. Nope, these don't seem very good. Follow-up lets us trigger our fast, or our strength. Omniscience, pressure points. That's right. Add pressure points to the deck and then take it out. Pressure points with a strength scaling deck. That Gira and fasting value on pressure points. Yeah, I think we skip here. Alright, right into Snake Plant. It's what every Act 2 deck hopes for. We have Omni on turn 1. We could Omni Devotion, or Fasting. If we Omni Fasting, we turn into a 3 energy deck. But we get 12 stats, so it's a lot of stats. You know, I've had it with this cat. Oh my god, cat. What do you want? So the deal with pressure points is like, a pressure points deck needs to have a separate way of dealing with hallway fights, because pressure points is too slow for hallway fights, but it's like really good at bosses, particularly bosses that don't reset. So like Collector, it's super good. What's going on, Coconut? What's up with your life? Got a little heat pad for you. If you want to just hang out. Here, let me get the cat litter off your nose. Nobody wants that. Yeah, Omni Devotion's fun. Get 4 mantra per turn. But it doesn't put us into mantra next turn. I think I'm gonna Omni the fasting. Rawr, stats. We can block for 18. He's only hitting for 24. Don't have enough energy for Vault. I guess we block out with triple defend. Seems okay. Now he's debuffing. It's our time to strike. Okay. Eruption Strike lethal? Yes. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Conjure Blade. Be good with the Deva form we didn't pick. Boy, these card rewards are not working out for me. Yeah, we should have seen at least some upgraded cards by now. Especially with the question card. I thought it was 1/4 upgraded in Act 2. Am I wrong? We can wheel kick Vault. Seems like a good way to start the fight. Ah, I didn't know that. Ascension 12. Upgraded cards appear less often. That makes sense. Okay, so we need to do 20 damage to Centurion. So I think it's like Vigilance, Defend, Double Strike, and skip Devotion. Actually, we've already done 21 damage, and that's the important breakpoint, so I'll go into Devotion here. We could Omniscience this specific card. Isn't only possible for common cards in A2. No. You get natural upgraded cards in Act 2 and 3, and 4. Act 4 just uses the Act 3 number, I think. So it's probably like Fasting, Defend, Sanctity, Bowling Bash. Let's see, this blocks for 11 plus 6, so yeah, that seems fine. This shuffles as well. Actually, shoot, I should have done this before that, because I don't want Bowling Bash to skip a shuffle. No, I don't think it cares about the rarity of the card. Although I don't recall ever seeing a rare upgraded card. Is that true? Maybe you're right. There's so many things about this game that I don't know. I'm gonna look that up. Cards. Do you... Is it in the wiki? Does it say? Ah, there's a card rewards page. Only common and uncommon cards can be upgraded this way. Rare cards are never upgraded. Yeah, I knew that intuitively, but didn't know the... Hadn't ever looked at that wiki page, I guess. We're gonna kill Centurion, so let's just do that now. Defend Sanctity blocks out. Might as well. There's a strike there, but it doesn't do anything. I guess we shouldn't have played the strike, because then now Sanctity at the beginning of the turn does not draw. Which is actually fairly costly. I don't want to draw the cards, because these are good cards. I don't want to dead draw them. We've done enough damage to make her heal. And we're in Divinity, so Conclude probably works. So Tantrum, Cut Through Fate, Spirit Shield, and an Empty Body. Now we're talking. Tantrum seems like a great way to scale strength. I think that's probably what we're looking for. Cut Through Fate does say plus. Tantrum is a hell of a card. All the cards we would pick? I don't think I would pick Spirit Shield over Skip, to be honest. I think it's just these two. Empty Body, same. I think it's Tantrum by a mile here. We frequently have, like, 6 strength or 5 strength. Tantrum's super good. Spirit Shield ranks high on my... This card sounds good, but it's even better than that. Spirit Shield for me is like the poster child of... This card looks like it's good, but then in reality doesn't end up panning out most of the time. It's like an okay card. I guess it's Omniscience a... Fasting? Devotion? Yeah, exactly. If you have a lot of retain, Spirit Shield can be good. Or like Snecko Eye or Runic Pyramid. But a lot of the time, 2 energy, like currently it would be 2 energy to block for, what is it, 2 times cards, so it would be 2 energy to block for 8 here. Yuck. That's a huge, like, waste of a card. Alright. So Omniscience to Fasting and get Devotion going, I guess. $11 times 3 seems good. And then Strike will hit for 28. 11 times 3 is 33. 33 plus 28 kills any of them. Problem is, then the other 2 hit us for 24. We can, like, Sanctity Defend to block out and strike somebody. Try and set up for Bowling Bash or Conclude. Yeah, I don't think we need to do anything fancy here. Strike the low health one. Alright, Bowling Bash does 45 damage here. Let's go and drink an attack bot, see what's in there. Wallop, huh? If we Eruption, Wallop hits for 34, not enough to kill this cultist. I guess if we Eruption and Wallop on that cultist, he dies. He takes 17 first, so he's only at 21. That's actually pretty perfect. So we do hit him to 20. Oh no, he's at 19, so then he would hit us for 3. That seems okay. We have Conclude guaranteed next turn. If we could just hold out. Yeah, I think I like the Eruption line. Yeah, this fight is scary. Triple Cultist is no joke. That seems lethal. Tantrum. It's a good card. Glad we used a potion. Empty Fist stock went up a little bit because of the Tantrum. We're going to be in Wrath frequently, looking for exits. Sands of Time, also good with Tantrum. This deck is kind of weird because, yeah, Tantrum is mega strong. With any strength scaling makes Tantrum just bonkers. Because you're in Wrath a lot of the time when you play it. And it multi-attacks. Sands of Time is interesting because the deck sometimes has 5 energy, sometimes has 3 energy, and Sands of Time sometimes costs 4, sometimes costs 0. So it kind of lines up. It seems like it's pretty late to be picking a Sands of Time. Maybe I was wrong about going to 2 shops. It feels right now like going to 2 shops would have been really good because I have 500 money. Still haven't seen any fasting. I think we're just skipping here. Sands of Time is a good target for Omniscience. It's good in Divinity. You can just hold it and wait until you're in Divinity too. Get your massive 180 damage for 0 swing. Yeah, Sands is not particularly good with strength scaling, but it can cost 0, right? Like, anything that costs 0 has infinite strength scaling per energy, right? So, that part's nice. Takes a lot of doing to get there, though. We have Vault, so we can get there a little bit. Tick the cost down. Yeah. Alright, I think we're resting here. Took too much damage. Alright, we need to perfect this fight. We need it badly. Eruption, Bowling Bash, Wheel Kick knocks down Bird. It also, like, kills Chosen. 11 plus 34 plus 36. 34 plus 36 is 70. Plus 11, 81. I think we just go in on Chosen. I would like her to be dead. Conclude, interesting. Does a little bit less damage than Bowling Bash, but does some of it to Bird. I think we need to go for max damage. Oof, strike is not enough. We're going to need to spend a potion. Signature move, huh? We also got Conclude here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the cult is all about turning people into birds. She was chosen. It seems like the line is Conclude, play all the block cards. Let's see, can we actually block? He's hitting for 30. We're only blocking for like 16. I guess Defend Sanctity could draw Calm. In that case, I'm going to take Signature Move, because Signature Move can kill Kill Chosen in Calm. Or we could strike Chosen signature move on Bird, which actually kills him. Seems pretty sick. Vigilance seems fine. She's at 1. Probably find it. Bonk. Alright, we did use a potion. But pretty perfect. That could use a Rushdown and a couple of Wrath exits. Not seen any of that here. I guess Empty Body, technically. Pray's kind of reasonable. Gets Devotion. We'll kick in the pants. Playing Omniscience on an Insight is sometimes a good idea. You don't want to waste your wheel kick. What Act 2 Elite are we most afraid of? I feel like all of them is the answer, unfortunately. Slaver is probably most afraid of. Strength Book of Stabbing, always a big concern. Yeah, we're just gonna have to get through it with, like, Tantrum Conclude, right? Bowling Bash. Should be okay. None of these cards really help, though. I guess Cut Through Fate's probably the most helpful. Cut Through Fate helps us find Omniscience. Omniscience wins the fight with Omniscience Bowling Bash. Yeah, I mean, usually I'm more afraid of Slavers than Book, but you might be right. I mean, Book is scary with specifically Strength, right? If it's like regenerating Book, I think we're probably okay. Gremlin Leader also pretty scary with Strength. I don't think that Cut Through Fate is a good pick here. Such a weird deck. I don't know whether I'm building a 5 energy deck or a 3 energy deck. But it's like, we're a 5 energy deck, but we often Omniscience Fasting and go down to a 3 energy deck. Cut Through Fate's great in a 5 energy deck, terrible in a 3 energy deck. So I guess I don't want to pick a card that's great and terrible. I want to pick a just lucky so that it's only good. But we're never going to be offered one. That's okay. Max HP Book of Stabbing. Okay. Let's start with Wheel Kick, say where we're at. And then I think just Vault this turn. Colorless Pot to try and draw Omni for Omni Fasting. Omni Fasting, Tantrum. I don't know if this is really the time for Colorless Pot. Might just be double defend, double strike. Seems like a waste of energy with 5. Let's see what the Colorless Potion offers. Panic Button seems like a good pick. Maybe we pick Panic Button and play it later. Mayhem's kind of fun. Are there any bad picks for Mayhem? Conclude. That seems pretty bad. Yeah, let's pick the Panic Button and shuffle it. And just play the Tantrum now. If we play the Tantrum now, he hits for 14 times 2, it's 28. We block for 10, take 18. That's a lot. We could just Panic Button now. Doesn't look like we're getting a ton of block next turn. Vigilance and Sanctity are said. Thanks for the follow, Lunasec DNB. Probably not a real person, but you know. I guess I appreciate it anyway. You random bot operator somewhere out there. I don't know why you're doing what you're doing. I suspect that it will irritate me in the future. I mean, I guess if Panic Button is saving me like a bunch of health now, I should use it, right? It's only 28 though, and we can block for 40 with all of it. So it seems like a little bit too much. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're bots, money. I just looked it up. Yeah, Mayhem is really strange. Mayhem is best in those Ironclad decks that are like, they play Barricade and Corruption, and you're just like, whatever the top card is, I'll play it. It'll be fine. Maybe it's an expensive power. It's like the few decks that play Havoc are the decks where Mayhem is good. If I double defend and don't Panic Button here, I feel like I'm gonna die to Book of Stabbing with a, like, having used a colorless potion to get a Panic Button and then having the Panic Button in the deck, not in my hand, and dying. That's my nightmare. I don't want that to happen. So if I can get some health out of Panic Button now, it seems like I should. But then, next turn I'm going to want to block with, like, Vigilance Sanctity. Like, fasting Vigilance Sanctity is like a likely next turn. How about no Tantrum, no Panic Button? That blocks for 10, take 4. So Panic Button says the next 2 turns. What it means is this turn and the next turn. So it would block these cards from blocking, but it wouldn't block for the next, quote-unquote, the next 2 turns, despite the fact that's exactly what it says. I think I like Strike, Double Defend. Try not to die with Panic Button in the deck. I think they actually fixed the dexterity bug. I think that is no longer true. Fasting Vigilance Conclude seems nice. Get to Omniscience from a empty deck next turn. Block for 11, take 10. Okay. Need to do make some serious progress on his health next turn, or we're going to lose. Or he could just not attack. That works too. Block for 17, do a strike into something. Other thing we could do is Omni a Eruption, or a Wheel Kick or something. If we Omni Eruption, do we die? He hits for 48. We block for 17. So we don't die. Yeah, I think we're going to skip Omni. Let's see what the cards are. Wheel Kick dead draws, and only does 9 more damage than Strike. Defend is also useful here. Let's do the Defend. Very slow for a Book of Stabbing fight. Pretty concerning. Yep, here's where we start getting punished. Alright, not really anything we can do this turn. Here's the Panic Button, paying off. We're going to want to end the turn in Calm, so we'll Vigilance and then Panic Button at the end of the turn. Okay, gonna need lethal next turn. I don't think that's it. Oh, it is it. Great. Oh my god. Well, good, I guess. We got there. Halt is an amazing card. We get it upgraded here. We have, it scales our decks. We're frequently in Wrath mode. Halt is an absolute all-star. Wowzers. Empty Mind is okay too. See you around, Sir Artemal. Yeah, that was a pretty dangerous fight for us. We might be doing that question mark route. It's possible we like don't open this chest and go question marks. But we have so much gold. We're not going to survive this elite fight with 14 health. Maybe this is a waffle. Can't be a waffle. Maybe it's a waffle. I'll take a halt though for sure. It's a small chest. I think we're pretty much guaranteed to die if we open this chest. Are there any Act 2 events that heal you? I generally consider apparitions to heal you if you're below 50% health. They increase the proportion of your max health that your current health represents. And give you defensive resources to compensate your loss of max HP. Same with bites. Although our strikes did just get better. Library. Good point. We could get a surprise shop and have a waffle. Or like a mango. Yeah, I think we skip here. Alright, doesn't feel great. Centurion Mystic again. I think we perfected them last time, so that's a good omen. Wheel Kick Strike is enough to hit the 21 damage breakpoint, so I don't think we're going to play Tantrum unless we have to. Strike Double Defend. Skipping Fasting is not great, but we need to perfect the fight, so we need to double defend. What are we doing with the Omniscience? We get Omniscience Eruption. And then Bowling Bash. If both Eruptions hit Centurion, which is a 1 in 4, then Bowling Bash does 36. 36 plus 27 is 60-some. If only the second Eruption hits him, he takes 18. 18 plus 36 is 54. So that's enough too. If only the first one hits him, we miss though. And if we miss, we die. So it's a 50-50. Because the only one that matters is the second one. Alright, can we do better than 50-50? Chance to survive this turn. We could always Omni Vault, which doesn't feel good, but is technically an option. So it'd be like Bowling Bash, Omni Vault. Hold on just a second, let me finish that tea. Okay, so if we do Bowling Bash, Omniscience Vault, we draw 5 of these 7. He takes 18, goes to 34. Do we ever kill him from 34? Conclude does 24 Eruption Conclude kills. Eruption Halt Vigilance blocks out. We could just play Sanctity this turn, too. Sanctity could draw the Vault, and we'd like Sanctity, Bowling Bash, Vault, save the Omni. Is there anything else Sanctity can draw? What if it draws Eruption? Sanctity, Eruption, Strike, Bowling Bash. I believe that's lethal. Yeah, it certainly is. So the hits are 1, 2 hits. Does Conclude work? Probably not. Strike, Bowling Bash, Conclude. 18 plus 11 is 29 plus 14. 29 plus 14 is 41. Not lethal. But it would be with a strike, actually. Yeah, if we do strike, strike Conclude, that would be an out. So kind of a weird out there. Vault an out, Eruption's an out. Is Halt an out? No. Halt only blocks for 3 because we're frail. So we'd be blocking for 10, taking 4. It's not terrible. Vigilance is a pretty decent out. Oh my god. What do you want? Vigilance blocks for 6. So that would block for 13 total. That's a pretty good out. So we end up having like 3-ish outs. Drawing 2 out of 8. So it's 5 out of 8 times 4 out of 7. 4 and 8 have a common factor, so it's 5 over 14 to miss. So it's like 1 in 3. Worst case scenario, we Sanctity, Omni, Vault. Seems like an okay plan. Alright, we missed. So we Omni Vault. And then we get exactly this hand. And Eruption, Strike, Conclude kills him, right? 9 plus 16 is 25 plus 28. Sorry, 9 plus 16 is 25 plus 28 is 53. So yeah, it's guaranteed. Okay. I will take a guarantee. So I'll play the Halt for fun. Start with Wheel Kick, I guess. Alright. Perfect at the fight. Didn't even use a potion. There's an Empty Mind again. Deceive Reality also helps us scale our decks. Empty Mind is pretty good with High Energy and pretty good with Tantrum. Sorry, hold on a second. I got tea on my desk, and that cannot stand. Yeah, I think either of these is probably a pick. Maybe even Tranquility. Might want to wait for a Tranquility Plus. The deck wants more card draw, right? The future of the deck is card draw and a bunch of copies of Just Lucky, I think. Empty Mind helps us get there. I mean, if we can't find Rushdown, Empty Mind is like poor man's Rushdown, right? Play a Tantrum, use Empty Mind to draw a Tantrum, play Tantrum again. I was wondering why the strike damage was higher than I estimated. I forgot about strike damage. Okay, sure. Since we perfected the fight, do we try an Elite? Seems like almost certainly lethal. But it can't be Book of Stabbing, which means it could be Gremlin later. We might beat Gremlin Leader. What have we got? Like a 30% chance of winning against Gremlin Leader? Maybe it's higher than that. And then, like, even lower against Slavers. Slavers, like, probably kill us on turn 1. We don't have enough block. Yeah, let's take the question marks. Hope for a shop. Face Trader, that's not a shop. We don't resist weak. We are about to go to a bunch of question marks. So good face is good, but we don't really need the gold. If we get the thing that makes your next chest empty, does it mean we can't go to Act 4 potentially? We would like open the chest, not get a blue key, and then like lose. So that would, this is 50% chance to, I guess it's not 50-50, it's 20% chance to just like lose the run if we pick that. So I'm gonna not click that button. Alright, we have to perfect a snake plant. Seems easy enough. We could defend Sanctity to draw cards, but I don't really want to draw cards with 0 energy. Not greeting for 50 gold. I mean, I guess we're low enough that like we either die or win or perfect every fight, right? So maybe we just don't care. Hey, Glade Pixie. Is Bowling Bash, Omniscience, Tantrum lethal? It had better be. 13 damage, so that's 10 net damage. He'd be at 34. 34, and then the Tantrum is hitting for 15 on the first one, and then 30 on the second one. So 45 total. He's at 34. He would get 4 plus 5 plus 6 health. So 15 extra health. So he would end up at 4. And is that 4 real health? It is 4 real health, yeah. So that doesn't work. They both hit for 30. Good point. We are in Wrath. Okay, so that should be lethal. Oh my god, my math was bad. This doesn't save us. We have Vault. No. I'm gonna restart the fight because my math was bad. Okay, why was his math bad? Bowling Bash hit for 13, he was at... so it does 10 net damage, so he was at 34, and then we hit him for 30 with the first one, so he was at 4 health, but he generated 4, 5, 6 block, 15 block. Why does this not work? Should have 15 block after the first one, and the second one he's at 19. But he ended up at 7. Oh, we're weak. Duh. Okay. Alright. Alright, what else can we Omniscience? Generates 3 block per hit. That's not how Malleable works. He would gain 4, then 5, then 6, which is the 15 that I was talking about. After the Bowling Bash. He would generate 3 for the Bowling Bash. 4, 5. Yeah, Omni Vault definitely survives the turn. Is surviving the turn our highest calling here? Might be. Maybe we just need to draw like Fasting Conclude Tantrum next turn. Or Fasting Tantrum Conclude, I'll say it in the play order. Since Balling Bash Omni conclude. Doesn't make the weak wear off. The second vault does not go off. Your turn ends with the vault on the stack, so to speak. There's no way to block, so we have to get lethal next turn, no matter what. And if we miss fasting, do we ever get it? We can play Tantrum last if it's in hand. So we don't have to worry about him getting tons and tons of armor. We ended up getting really far using Flechettes in a Shiv deck yesterday. Nice. Yeah, Shiv deck, I think Flechettes makes a lot of sense, because Shiv decks already get, like, Envenom or something. So Flechettes gets a lot of procs. Plus all the cards that generate Shivs are skills, except for the ones that are powers. Wait. If you didn't get... Sorry, if you didn't survive a snake plant, you didn't really get that far. Sorry, maybe we have different definitions of getting really far. Getting really far for me is like dying to the heart. Potentially dying to one of the Act 3 bosses. Sorry, that sounds really dismissive. I think this is the best we can do. Fasting double strike, I suspect is not lethal. Maybe it is though, actually. These strikes hit really hard. I'm gonna have to do the math on this because we're still weak. So fasting probably adds like either 3 or 4 damage. If it adds 4 damage, we get it. Actually, it's pretty close to just getting it full stop. He currently has 3 armor. He'll have 4 armor after the first attack, so he's got 38. The one relic challenge. Yeah, you can't really mess around on the one relic challenge. You pretty much have to play something decently optimal. I think the way I did the one relic challenge was Ironclad with like strength and whirlwind and stuff. Shiv decks are really strong nowadays, so I think Shiv deck is maybe a reasonable way to do the one relic challenge. Kind of depends on what the one relic is. You usually want the one relic to be like Pandora's Box or something really good. Okay, so is fasting double strike lethal? Strikes are hitting for... So these are unupgraded strikes, so they have 6 naturally. We have strike dummy and 2 strength. So they go up to 11 naturally. And then we're in wrath mode, so 22 naturally. 22 loses 6 strength, which is why they're currently at 16. Okay, so then if we fasting, they go from 22 to 25 naturally, which passes only 1 breakpoint. Wait, no, they don't go from 22 to 25. They go from 22 to 28. They gain 6 because we're in wrath. 28 crosses 2 breakpoints. So rather than gaining 8 damage, they would gain 6 damage. Wait, no, rather than getting 6, they would gain 4, so it would go to 20. Okay, so 20 is lethal. Okay. 21, damn it. Do all this math. It's a waste of time. Okay. There's a rushdown. Deck has a tantrum in it. Seems like decks with tantrum usually want rushdown. The dream item is wristblade. No, I mean, maybe. You could probably make it work with wristblade. You did relic swap Watcher with Rushdown Infinite for 1 relic. That'll do it. If the relic swap was a Pandora's Box, it gets pretty easy. You can have your 1 relic be shuriken, but it's like you have to do some shenanigans, right? You have to do like the... Oh wait, no, Noloth's Hungry Face can't ever give you shuriken because that's not how that thing works. Yeah, it's not possible. Money Money be nice. Mythmaker is a little bit newer. Yeah, Money Money's got a good point though. Wraithform is one of the best cards in the game. And while it does make you weaker over time, being intangible is an absurdly busted effect. See, but by the time the long run happens, the fight is over. An average fight against like the heart takes between 6 and 10 turns. So if you have like 2 copies of Wraithform, you're just intangible the entire time, basically. And you don't ever have to worry about turns after that because they don't happen. Okay, any reason not to pick Rushdown? It's not upgraded. It's up against Tranquility. Yeah, we're picking Rushdown. Okay, great. Good talk. Find some potions. This is a... Wow, these potions are really good. Darn, no surprise shop. We're gonna go into Act 3 with 600 gold. Last time we had this fight, we nuked Chosen on turn 1. Thanks for the follow, Boxer 13. Appreciate the support. I'm presuming that's a Roman numeral. Yeah, we did get question marks for every single... oh no, we got Face Trader for one of them. No, so Mythmaker, you're not being rude. It's no, you're fine, Mythmaker. It's all good. I was worried Money Money Loot was gonna dunk on you too hard. Criticizing Wraithform is probably not a popular opinion in the Slay the Spire community. Yeah, it's fine. It's all good. I think we'll take the guaranteed bird knockdown here rather than nuking Chosen on turn 1. Oh, GS, Mike. Why are you about? Wheel kick first in case it draws Tantrum. Nope. I like Eruption. Do I just stay in Wrath mode? Seems like that gets me killed sometimes. Outs are Vigilance, Empty Mind, Vault, Omni, Halt. Seems like there's a lot of them. I think I'll probably be safe. We also have Liquid Memories. Tantrum hitting for 30. We can make it more with Fasting. Fasting Tantrum Sanctity. We do take 6 if we do that. Oh wait, we just strike him to death, duh. Caltrops plus Intangible Abuse. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I've ever killed the heart with Caltrops Abuse. I've like done a little bit of damage with Caltrops. I've taken a Caltrops, like from an Act 4 shop. But I've only ever done like, I don't know, 30 or 60 damage with it. I definitely haven't like killed the heart with it. Alright, I think I like these things. Oops, that's straight up mistake. I'm gonna undo that. My bad. I was thinking I'll end with a skill in case I redraw the thing, but that's not even possible. Okay. If you played both Daviform and Wraithform on turn 1, Wraithform will get you killed. I mean, it's a pretty out there situation you're proposing. While it is theoretically possible to play both Daviform and Wraithform on turn 1, that's not really a practical consideration. Yes, one of them scales positively and the other scales negatively, but that's kind of where the similarities end. I kind of played this fight without thinking about it, which is very dangerous. But it looks like we're fine. He's going to hit us for 18. Got the block. And that's lethal. Cool. Hey, there's our first Just Lucky. It's up against Devotion. Second Devotion. It's kind of interesting. Since we're never getting an upgrade on Devotion, having two of them makes some sense. There are things like Clockwork Souvenir or Pellets. Even then, Silent can block without block cards, After Images, or Tough Bandages. After Image and Tough Bandages are both possible, but they're both much more rare than Piercing Wail, which is a common, which is the main sort of Silent way of blocking without blocking. Silent also has a lot of access to Weak, Crippling Cloud, and the like. As much as I want to Just Lucky in the deck, I'm not sure. I don't really want to, like, click the card. I don't know. This deck is so strange. It's like a 5 energy, 3 energy. It's such a feast and famine, right? Like, if we draw Wheel Kick or Sanctity, we have a ton of draw. Or, like, Rush Down Tantrum, right? And then if we have a ton of draw, then, like, great, Just Lucky is super good. Or if we've, like, played 2 Fastings, then Just Lucky is super good. But if we haven't played 2 Fastings and we're, like, drawing our opening hand, Just Lucky is absolutely terrible. Yeah, Tough Bandages is an uncommon relic, uncommon class specific, so it's about as rare as like Kunai or Shuriken, right? All fun things to build around, not a reliable strategy. Also Tingsha, if we're talking about Tough Bandages, just talk about Tingsha. Yeah, I think the second Devotion is kind of a liability. Honestly, I don't even know if the first Devotion is any good anymore. Seems like we mostly want to be entering and exiting Wrath now, and the mantra's kind of fallen by the wayside. So we might end up removing the Devotion. Yeah, Snecko Skull, I believe, is a common. Snecko Skull is the class-specific common, so you should find it more often than Tough Bandages. There you go. We talked about all the class-specific Silent relics, I believe. Oh wait, there's the Specimen. That's the one we missed. All right, I'm gonna pick Just Lucky. I think it's good. And rest here. I always forget about those shop relics here, right? Money loot. Funnel. The music just stopped for a second. That was weird. I presume this is going to be our Cult Pot. We could try and save the Cult Pot for the end of the game. But we're already saving 600 gold, so we're presumably behind. And I feel very behind. Behind the curve where we're supposed to be. So let's draw the Wheel Kick cards and then see where we're at. Interesting. We can Rush Down Tantrum to draw more cards. Probably want to play Devotion this turn. Being in Wrath next turn is a little bit scary. They end up hitting for like 35. So we have to find like Bowling Bash or Conclude or something to clear them out. We're gonna need a Miracle here, so I think Cultist Potion is part of that. I want to play Tantrum and then Rush Down. I think these cards are good. Except for these ones. I guess there's some bad ones. But I don't want to draw like Fasting. We need the Fasting to land and the Vault. So it's going to be Tantrum and then Rush Down. Okay, well this is a dangerous situation. Just Lucky is hitting for currently 12 after fasting. It would be a 18. We could Liquid Memory's a Wheel Kick. Try and clear somebody out. Yeah, we're struggling here for sure. Maybe we vault this turn. Thanks for the follow, NowSky88. Appreciate the support. Welcome to the Vegetable Patch. Okay, so if we fasting, Just Lucky, and Wheel Kick, then if we find Vault, we Vault. Yeah, it's gonna be a tricky one. We drank a Cultist Potion on turn 1, so we basically just need to survive. But surviving is a bit of a trick. Wheel Kick is the obvious pick for Liquid Memories. Empty Mind also theoretically a pick if we were super desperate to exit Wrath, but we're not because we have Vigilance. So if the turn is fasting something, Just Lucky, Vigilance, Defend, we play 3 block cards, 8, 10, 15 plus 9. So you block for 24. Is the wrist support to protect your wrist when using a mouse or from something else? You got it. Protect my wrist. So if we kill one, he hits for 21 plus 7. That's 28. Blocking for 24. It's not too bad. Seems like we're killing one. Just Lucky and Wheel Kick. Yeah, I think this is a fine plan. 18. Plus, this is going to be, let's see, we have 6 strength, so 21, 42. So Wheel Kick actually kills one by itself. So I'll put the other damage into this one. Conclude is going to get drawn. Conclude is going to do... We'll have to conclude in Calm. So maybe Conclude isn't actually worth picking here. You've been getting a red mark on that's sore on my wrist recently for gaming. So the primary thing you should be worried about for your wrist health is not like, it's not the base of your wrist, like this stuff. That stuff's fine. You can bang that stuff into a wooden board all day if you're doing like martial arts, and that's okay. What you're worried about is this stuff. So in here there's a little, here I don't know if I'm on camera there. Hold on, let me. So in here there's a little nerve sheath, like fat and nerves that like hold the nerves that control your fingers in this little socket. So that's what you're trying to protect, and that's why there's like a little, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little squishy bit here. Yeah, so if that starts hurting, you should try and immobilize the wrist. So there's something on the back there. So restrict the range of motion, and then make sure it's not sitting on anything hard. Don't do any repetitive motions. Take some prophylactic steps. You should be fine. But also, if it hurts, talk to a doctor. If you, I don't know if you're at work, but some people's works have like ergonomic. If you work for a big company, there'll be like your HR department will employ like an ergonomic advisor who can come look at your desk and get you the right size chair or whatever. I'm a huge person, so always had weird stuff like that. Okay. I think we don't want Conclude. I think Conclude is not actually very good this turn. I think what we really want is Halt. Or Bowling Bash. So I'm going to say no to Conclude. Alright. Liquid Memories, Wheel Kick. Kills you, just defends. Okay, fine. We could strike him to death before we Vigilance. I think that's a pretty effective way of blocking out here. Blocks for 16, she hits for 21, take 5. This one blocks for slightly more, because he's only going to hit for 7, this blocks for 8. But this progresses towards the end of the fight, because it kills the Torch Head, so... Okay. Now we get Bowling Bash when everybody's dead. Well, we can't block, and I don't want to take 21. But we can, like, enter... We could, like, Eruption, Tantrum, Maybe we draw Halt from the Eruption. If we draw like Halt and Sanctity, we don't need to vault, otherwise we're vaulting. Worst case scenario, we draw Omniscience. If we draw Omniscience, then when we vault, we're not guaranteed to have a Wrath exit. Currently, if we just vaulted, we would always have a Wrath exit. I guess we're not in Wrath right now. I'm gonna trust the deck to give me a stance exit next turn. We did draw the Omniscience, that's unfortunate. We could just not vault. We're not dead on board. We have quite a bit of damage if we skip vault. I believe next turn is turn 4? No, next turn is... Let's see. So turn 1, he's doing the buff thing. And then... Or he's summoning his dudes. And then turn 2, we killed the dudes. And this is turn 3. So yeah, next turn is turn 4. So we kind of actually do want to be in Wrath mode next turn. This says 60 damage. 60 damage puts her at 132. Hot take on Watcher. Pressure Point is an awesome card. It's an okay card sometimes. I think that even that is putting it kind of nicely. I think Pressure Point is probably the worst Watcher card. Gosh. Yeah, we have a turn off next turn. I think we have to go push a lot of damage right now. So let's do it. We could Omniscience a Wheel Kick. That's a lot of damage. Tantrum's doing 66 damage. I think we just need to get there with this. We're pretty close. I'll end with the skill. But now we're going to be weak. You would say Collect is the worst Watcher card? Yeah, maybe. Alright, we got there. Establishment, Alpha, Wish, Master Reality. Do we have any combos with Establishment? I believe the answer is no. Yeah, not a single retain card. So that one's out. Alpha gives us an extra damage plan. Seems like our damage plan is Tantrum and Strength, so this is sort of orthogonal to the way we're currently winning. So that's bad. Wish is pretty nice, and Master Reality is hot garbage. We don't generate any cards, and even if we did, it's Master Reality. So it's Wish or Skip. Mythmaker. Yeah, you're frequently frequently taking non-normative positions. Mythmaker. I disagree with you about a lot of stuff. That's okay. The problem with Wish is that we could get more gold, and we already have like 700 gold. It's like the marginal value of gold does go down a little bit. Wish does give us an additional way to scale strength. But we kind of have that covered. I don't know if we really need more of that. But it's also a 5 energy deck, so like there's a limit to how bad Wish could be. We do have Omni, and Alpha is good with Omni, but we also like already have a plan for killing people that's better than Omega. So I think we're going to go with Wish, probably usually for plated armor. Boy, this one is teetering on the edge. I don't know if we can make this one into a win. Velvet Choker, I think, is a no, and any deck with Omniscience in it. Omniscience makes Velvet Choker extremely difficult to play. We also want to be playing more like Just Luckies and stuff, and Halts. So I don't think Velvet Choker is probably correct. Also, just being a 6 energy deck with a Velvet Choker is always a challenge, because if you play anything that costs less than 1, you end up getting choked. It's not a crazy idea, though. We do have, like, a fasting. Being a 6 energy deck is pretty nice. That's true. We could take a tiny house for our first upgrade of the run. our Act 2 boss reward. Yeah, Watcher cards are pretty good in general. Pressure Points is kind of an outlier. There's some not great ones, right? Like Conjure Blade, Collect. Gosh. Flurry of Blows. Mental Fortress. I mean, not all the cards are great. I think it's probably a Pandora's box here. We've got 5 energy already. I'd rather have good stuff to do with it rather than these crappy cards. Pandora's box, I think, could still theoretically turn us into a rushdown deck. We've got the rushdown. If it gives us a Inner Peace and like all powers or exhaust cards, I believe we got there. Yeah, Dead Branch is a super good relic. Why would you need a Conjure Blade in an infinite deck? Isn't your infinite, like, doesn't it contain an attack that enters Wrath? Like, usually Watcher Infinites are rushdowns. I guess they can not be. Inner Peace Indignation, I see. Yeah. there's no, Why would you use Indignation rather than Eruption Plus? Though, why not just Inner Peace Eruption Plus? Fusion Hammer. Yep, that's the situation we're in right now. It's pretty unlikely to be an infinite, but it's very likely to make the deck a lot better. We could end up with, like, more Just Luckies, or, like, a Weave or something. We could get a Talk to the Hand. This deck wants to talk to the hand. Get a second Fasting. Gosh, I wish I could go to a shop. I wish there was a button, like a relic here that's just like, go to a shop. That's what I want. I want a shop more than I want a boss relic right now. Alright, let's click this button and see what happens. What? Well, this is not what I was expecting. 2 Windmill Strikes, an Indignation, an Empty Mind, a Flurry of Blows, a Study, and a Brilliance. Well... this puts us in some trouble. This is not a good result. I believe the best option from here would be to exit the game and then come back. We can't do that because that's cheating. Time Lord. Alright, there's a shop. On a 3 elite path. Oh wait, that's a 2 elite path. I misread this one. There is a shop on a 3 elite path. This one turns into 3 elites. We're very short on relics. We ended up with a 2 relic Act 2. So, yikes. And that relic was Strike Dummy. Not very impressive. Pandora's box. I kind of wish I could have that establishment back. We were offered an establishment into double windmill strike plus with the sick strike dummy synergy. Windmill strike dummy, get wrecked. 3 extra damage. That's what it's all about. So we'd probably go this way to get to that elite, if that's the plan. It does force us into 2 elites with no rest. It would be great to go to a shop after the break as well, for curse key purposes. Looks like that is not possible at all. So we're going to want to hit a bunch of question marks after the break to try and remove the curse, because we have to pick a curse if we want to go to Act 4. So I think we're probably going to end up going this way, because that's 3 question marks and an extra fire. And the only way to go this way and hit a shop is to either hit this shop or that shop, probably this one. So we'll start here. Oh boy. Pressure points is definitely good at this fight. Eruption, Wheel Kick, Empty Mind, can kill Exploder. Hold on just a second, I'm going to take a quick break. Be right back. This run feels like it's been on a slide since we smoke-bombed Gremlin Knob. We've been, like, struggling all the way since Act 1. Maybe that, like, Miracle Pot for Smoke Bomb was, like, the mistake that started it all. Maybe if we'd done that right, we would have killed Gremlin Knob, gotten a little bit further ahead on relics, maybe gotten our 3rd Gira proc. Could have turned everything around, maybe. Wheel Kick does 34, which is awkward because he has 35 health. Just a little bit off. So Mythmaker, I do not recommend having 3 copies of pressure points. If you have 3 copies of pressure points in your deck, then your deck is, like, your only strategy is pressure points. And there are actually lots of fights where pressure points is not a good strategy. Donu Deca, pressure points are terrible. Spire Elites, pressure points are not what you want. The Heart, pressure points are great, because it's a long fight, you can scale. There's no artifact charges. Or there are artifact charges, but they're way too late. But if you have 3 copies of pressure points, you're not able to, like, pivot and choose different plans for different fights. What you want is, like, a small deck with lots of scrying, so that you can whip through it quickly and get back to your pressure points in the fights where you need it. So you want 1 copy of pressure points plus. That's what you want. Alright, let's take 9. Sanctity draws. There's a flurry of blows in this deck now? I forgot about that. Okay. If we halt, we have enough block to hit them once. If we Vigilance, we have enough block to hit them twice. So we could, like, Vigilance conclude. Hits both. Or we could, like, Flurry, Vigilance, Brilliance. That does 20 damage, conclude does 28. I think the total damage matters. So I will just conclude. Fasting Study Devotion seems like a pretty decent turn. Get all the powers developed. Pressure points can trigger Swivel in a pinch. What in the world are you talking about? Those cards don't interact at all. We could vault here. Could Omniscience a Indignation to enter Wrath, get vulnerable, and then Windmill Strike one of them. Let's Insight first, see what we get. Oh, there's Indignation. So if we Indignation and Windmill Strike, we can kill the front one. Unfortunately, the front one has 13 damage return. I would like a way to deal with that first. So I think we're gonna just Indignation Vault. And try and wait until we, like, find Halt. And then hit him. If we do that, Empty Minds are outs. Vigilance is an out. Halt's an out. Sanctity is an out. Should be okay. Those Windmill Strikes keep procking. Use Empty Mind to draw, or we could just kill one. If we Empty Mind, he only hits us for 9. If we hit him, he hits us for 13. 9 is a smaller number than 13. If we Empty Mind, it's going to be difficult to block for 9. Vigilance, Sanctity does it. Halt, Sanctity does it. Halt, Vigilance. Oh, Substitute for Swivel. Huh. I don't know what Substitute for Swivel means. Swivel is not, like, generally in a Watcher deck. It's not, like, a super good card. I think I'm just going to take the kill. We'll see if we can draw some block. Nope. Swivel is good if Snecko Eye. I did that yesterday. It was decent. It fights with Snecko Eye a little bit because it hides the real cost of the cards, which is surprisingly important. Okay, we survived the first Spiker encounter. Empty Body says plus on it. Prostrate's pretty decent. We get 3 decks, so Prostrate blocks for 5. We've got some decent card draw. Get into Divinity. We're not a combo deck, are we? 24 cards minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, minus 9, so we're at 15 cards. We'd only have to get rid of 5. Only have to get rid of 5 cards. Yeah, easy. Also, we're going to get a curse. No, there's no way we're a combo deck. Yeah, we need to pick some block cards. Prostrate's good enough to pick. think this kills us. Does it ever not kill us? If it doesn't kill us, we could get... What saves us here? Like Dead Branch? Dead Branch Study is pretty sick. A Lesson Learned. Lesson Learned is a card. I think what we were hoping for here was Mind Bloom. Mind Bloom upgrade all cards, puts us maybe back on track. Prevents us from healing ever again, but that's okay. I think we die if we fight this. They hit for like 26 on turn 1, and we just can't block it. To 27 or something. Oof. Gosh, we've skipped a lot of fights. We've just been running for our lives since Gremlin, since Act 1. Let's wheel kick first. I guess take some plated armor, because it's the only block we have. Or good empty mind, look for more block. Not super likely to find it, but it could happen. But if we empty mind, we can't wish, so that we're trading 6 guaranteed health for some speculative health. But if we get speculative health, it's a big payoff. I'll take the guaranteed health. Well, he's only hitting us for 11 here. If we Eruption and don't kill him, are we dead? We're at effectively 27. He would hit for 32. Likely dead. Do we have lethal? Windmill Strike is currently at 16, so it hit for 32. 32 plus 11 is 43, plus 18 is 61. Probably not lethal. It's possible Rushdown finds specifically just lucky. Alright, so it sounds like the line is Rushdown, Fasting, Devotion, Bowling Bash. Take a bunch of damage. Lose the run. Yeah, I think that's the line. We would have drawn Halt. Halt would have been good. Flurry, Tantrum, Flurry, Halt. All seems obvious. I guess Indignation, Windmill Strike is lethal. By like 1,000,000. Okay. Hey, Establishment's actually pretty good now. Got 2 Windmill Strikes. This run is just pulling teeth. I can't do it anymore. I'm gonna die like real soon. We're not keeping up. We are falling behind. I think if we got Mind Bloom next floor, we'd probably take full health for a curse. Instead of the upgrade all that we need. Establishment is good, but does it turn the corner? I think maybe Worship turns the corner better. Worship is so slow, though, and we're already so slow. But, like, Establishment also super slow. Establishment basically does nothing until we've spent a turn with Windmill Strike in hand. There's too many powers in the deck. Hey, Cut Cookie. You have, you've come at the, unfortunately, trailing end of an agonizingly long and painful, what looks to be failed Watcher run, but we're still putting in the work, playing it right. But man, this is one hurt. just been pulling teeth for 30 floors here. We're running out of teeth. But we do have 700 gold, so maybe we can turn it around here at this shop. Thanks for the follow, Cut Cookie. Appreciate the support. Welcome to the vegetable patch. No, the Pandora's was well, the Pandora's was bad. Act 1 was brutal. We've been struggling since Act 1. Shop, membership card, courier, go nuts. That's right, that's how we win this run. Ooh, Cut Cookie's got a vegetable raid. Very nice. Does Cut Through Fate help us? It says plus on it. No, we're not playing with any mods on. I probably should have some mods. There's a couple of good ones that I want, like the potion percent one, and the one that tells you what events you're eligible for. But I like playing the same game as the viewers are playing, so no mods is the easiest way to do that. I want the mod where you can mouse over the relics. That one's neat, but I haven't been able to get that one to work, so. If we take an establishment, do we like miraculously turn into a meditate deck, maybe? It's not gonna happen. We have 2 empty mines, though. Being a meditate deck with empty mines is pretty good. We have 5 energy. I have to believe in something, right? Falling, okay. Let's lose the Devotion. Devotion's the only mantra card in the deck. Other than Brilliance. I'm pretty happy to get rid of Devotion, actually. Tantrum and Halt are unlosable, so that's never happening. Alright, finally we get to a shop. There is a waffle here. Okay, alright. Neat. I wish this was a Talk to the Hand weave, and like 3 copies of Just Like It. That's what we need. Almost certainly buying the waffle. Is anybody a Baylor mod? Can we get a waffle emote in chat? Did they change the art on fruit juice? It's all yellow. Isn't it usually green and yellow? There we go. FPL Panic knows what's up. It's got good taste. Oh wait, I shouldn't say you have good taste because you're a Baylor mod and not a Vegetablebread mod. Or not a Vegetablebread subscriber. Oh well. Baylor waffle. Yeah, why is it all yellow? Maybe it's all yellow because our health is low? Maybe it measures your health? Maybe it's random and we just got like the very edge of the randomness? Alright, so I think this is always happening. Sorry, I failed Panic. I don't mean to call you out. We could remove Prostrate now that we've removed the Devotion. Prostrate is pretty unlikely to be helpful. I guess it blocks and gives Brilliance a little bit of a buff. This deck is terrible. Ugh. We could remove Study. Study's pretty bad. Gives us some card draw, though. I think the dream is that the deck has a lot of card draw, right? We're playing Just Lucky and card draw and stuff. So then what, like Bowling Bash? I think we need Bowling Bash to get through, like, Reptomancer Fight. Notably, no membership card, no courier here. But it had a waffle, so I'm not complaining. This is a very sad relic bar. Bottled Flame is one of the worst relics. Strike Dummy is one of the worst relics. Lee's Waffle is like a clear desperation pick. It's also just like, we're on floor 39 and we only have like 8 relics. Definitely been struggling. Weave could be a pick. Maybe we get a Weave and a Talk to the Hand. A couple of Just Luckies or Cut Through Fates or something. Try and turn it around that way. So maybe we pick up a secret weapon to try and get the talk to the hand that we don't have yet. Oh, thank you, Nasky88. Appreciate the kind words. Well, if we're buying Weave, we're probably buying Foresight, right? Those go together. So it's like Weave, Foresight, Secret Weapon, card remove. Good point, Coconut. Probably buying the liquid memories as well. I believe we can afford all that. And then we remove study. Yeah, study's bad. Okay. I think I'm happy with this line. Have you been a streamer long? I started in like January 2020. Right about the time I quit my job and took up indie development. So I'm making a video game. That's why I'm streaming. Trying to promote my video game development process. So Secret Weapon, Liquid Memories spends most of our money. It seems efficient. Yeah, fairly new to it, I suppose. Yeah, there's a lot of people who've been at it for like 7 years or something. Definitely not 7 years into it, but been at it for about a year now, so feels like I've got a lot of experience. Probably coming up on 1,000 hours here. Haven't tracked it exactly. I'm sure that I can ask Twitch how many hours I've done. They did a streamer, like the year recap, and I'd never streamed before 2020, so that year recap is also my entire history recap. Could probably just look at that. Although now we're halfway through January, so I'd be missing some numbers. Are you also a streamer now, Sky? So Secret Weapon is like a weird pick, right? It's like good with the speculative talk to the hand. Oh, it gets Tantrum currently. Tantrum's quite good. Maybe even just lucky. Yeah, I think Secret Weapon's good. Okay. Well, we spent all the money. We went to a shop with 700 gold and spent it all. This kills a dagger. This and this does as well. So we can kill both. Let's start with a little kick there. Got Secret Weapon, so that can now we can kill a dagger with the Weave and develop Foresight to get the Weave back next turn. What is the game you're promoting? My game's called Rogue Executive. It is a traditional roguelike. So like top down, you're controlling a single character. No. So yeah, so the idea is if you want to see what's going on with it, you can redeem the playtest channel points reward. That's sort of the level of development we're currently at. So still a lot of work to be done. I'll take a rush down, but skip Sanctity. I think we're trying to kill both daggers. That's right. It's a roguelike for it's like a business roguelike. It's just a funny concept. Makes me laugh when I think about it. Okay, so 20 plus 6 is 20, or 14 plus 6 is 20. That seems like a good number. Pow. And then we can do the same thing to this guy with the assistance of this Just Lucky. So we're going to use Conclude to end the turn, and we're going to develop the other resources. Now we're decosting our Windmill Strike. The dream is happening. Right. This part of the dream, the part where we block, how does that work? It doesn't. We draw Halt. Halt is the key. So we keep, like, Indignation. Oh boy. We got Halt and Tantrum. Alright. We're in business here. We can kill both daggers pretty easily. Indignation, Brilliance, Weave, Halt, Tantrum, stuff. We also have a Vault here. If we Vault, we can draw Fasting. And Wish. Maybe the dream is that we kill Reptomancer. So we could, like, Indignation, Tantrum, play a bunch of attacks, Vault, redraw Tantrum, play, like, Fasting Tantrum, bunch of attacks. With Liquid Memories helping. Liquid Memories for, like, Bowling Bash this turn. Oh wait, Bowling Bash next turn when we are extra strength from fasting. Is that lethal? Well, Windmill Strike gets more damage next turn, so we'd have 2 Windmill Strikes. This one would be hitting for 24. 24 times 2 is 48. We get to Tantrum this turn for 15, and the next turn for 30, so that's 45. 45 plus 48 is 93. We would Weave this turn for 12. So that's 105. Brilliance this turn for 32. 137. Not far off. I don't see exactly how we're getting there, but we have a Liquid Memory, so I think we are actually getting there. Hey, Dwindling Storm. Day's going good. Slight hiccup here is if we play Tantrum, we have Rushdown up, so we would draw cards. So we can't draw these cards and then draw without shuffling for the Liquid Memories. But maybe we don't need to. Maybe we top deck, like, Tantrum Fasting, and we can just go right now. Alright, let's see it. Okay, Windmill Strike gets decosted. That's nice. Or not, it decosted and increased damage. So that seems helpful. Worst case scenario, we can Liquid Memories a Windmill Strike next turn. Actually, that seems like a great idea, because that'll do tons of damage. Okay. We can make people vulnerable as well. I think we're getting there. Yeah, this is, like, clearly lethal. Probably don't even have to use the potion. Yeah, we even top-decked Bowling Bash. Yeah, this is way lethal. Awesome. Well, that worked super well. Starting Calm is nice. If this had Worship Plus, I'd be super excited about it. Because of the establishment. Worship Plus has Retain, so we'll get decosted. Feeling like there's a little bit of life in this deck now. Okay. That shop really improved things. I mean, that's what you would expect when you spend 700 gold at a shop, so... We're back on track a little bit here. No longer pulling out our teeth. We are going to have to deal with a curse after the split here. But maybe that'll be okay. Because we kind of just dunked on Reptomancer. It's a perfect Reptomancer fight. I don't think any of these are rising to the level of pickable. Yes, yeah, if you redeem the playtest reward, then you get to playtest the game. Generally how that works is you and I will set up a little Skype meeting or Discord video call, and so I will talk you through the process. You'll play the game in a web browser, I'll watch you play, and we'll talk about it. Teardrop Locket's pretty interesting. Let's see. We have fasting. We could secret weapon for tantrum. And then we could like wheel kick, liquid memories wheel kick to knock these two both down. So if we secret weapon for tantrum, fasting tantrum, then what? How much damage does that do? So we'd have 5 strength. Tantrum would hit for 24. Just Lucky would hit for 16. 24 plus 16 is 40. It's not enough to knock anybody down. So we'd have to use the liquid memories on like the Just Lucky to kill a Darkling, and then this wheel kick also only does like 34, so that's also not enough. So we'd have to wheel kick into like Weave. And then we could like weave Just Lucky Weave, and that'd probably get there. That doesn't seem like a great plan. I kind of don't want to be in Wrath, so I'm just going to see what cards we get from Wheel Kick instead. Fasting Just Lucky Prostrate is a bit of block. Is it blocking for 6 plus 6? 12. So if we can do that and kill one of them, that gets there. I don't think we can kill one, though. 19 plus 8. I guess if we secret weapon into Weave, we can weave Just Lucky Weave. And that gets there. Okay. Great. There's also, like, Conclude and Bowling Bash, which do a lot of damage in this fight. No, I think I'm happy with Weave. Doesn't need... we're still in Calm. That seems reasonable for next turn. Oh, should have done that on the back guy. That guy's more of a threat than the middle guy. Okay. Vault and Conclude, fighting over the end of turn trigger as per usual. Let's start out with Empty Mind, see what we get. We could go into Wrath mode and then Vault. Set up for next turn. We could develop Rushdown and then Vault. We could wish for Plated Armor and then Vigilance to block out. We could Vigilance and Weak Pot to block out. Eruption Windmill Strike Conclude is actually probably lethal, huh? You're probably the first streamer I've watched that plays standing. Do you have back issues, or do you just prefer it? My office at my house is a standing desk, which I strongly prefer. I don't really have back issues. I just like standing. Eruption's 14 Windmill Strike is going to be 38. 48. 14 plus 38 is 53 or 52. Right? Yeah, 52. And then Conclude would kill him. Okay. That's pretty easy sell. Get to be an Eruption. Kill a dude. Save Vault. Omniscience on Bowling Bash seems lethal. We have 5 strength, so Bowling Bash is going to hit for 24 times 2, so it'll kill either target. Oh wait, no. That isn't true. If it kills him first, then it wouldn't kill him. But we have enough damage to back it up. Oh, it does kill him. Okay, fine. Wait, was it going to hit twice? I assumed it would only hit once because the other guy's already dead by the time that card is played, but maybe it counts the number of people at a weird time. Second Just Lucky seems huge. We've got a Weave now, and Just Lucky is already super good with fasting. So I think we're really happy to see a second Just Lucky. Carve Reality also scales strength, as does Flying Slaves, but we're more interested in scaling block here. Dex Pot versus Weak Pot, I think, is a pretty easy Weak Pot. Yeah, weak pot's pretty good in Act 3. Okay. Nemesis. Well, I'm trying to do a win streak here now, Sky, and like anything less than like absolute perfection would have lost this run already. This run has been extremely difficult. It seems like Rush Down the Eruption is a great way to start this fight. So let's do it. We'd probably want to like secret weapon a windmill strike so that we could decost it with establishment. Let's wheel kick first, see what we get. Okay. We could secret weapon the other windmill strike and decost both. So it's like secret weapon, brilliance, establishment. We're gonna need a stance exit for next turn. I'm a little bit concerned that I don't have one, that I might not find one. The hits are Vigilance, Empty Mind, and that's it. Omniscience, I guess. Vault. Okay, so there's some hits. I guess we can always Liquid Memories the Empty Mind if we're in trouble. Secret Open is Windmill Strike. What a world. What do you do in 2020? We can Sanctity Omniscience. Omniscience for Vigilance, probably. This is 45 damage attack, so if we block for 6 plus 16, it's not really enough. Probably use the weak bot too. Socials, that's an interesting command. I don't have that one. I believe there's a Twitter command now. Nope, there isn't. I thought I saw my mod making one of those the other day. Oh, there it is. It's just slow. Streamlabs is like, what? Somebody asked for me? What day is it? Do I have to get dressed? Sanctity could also get just lucky, which blocks for quite a bit. Nice. Appreciate the follow. I'm not like super active on Twitter, so probably won't see much from me. I guess we could get like an Empty Mind. Is that good? I guess we're really looking for Vault. Do you have Vault? You do. Well, in that case, do you have YouTube or Discord? Yes, I have both. I haven't uploaded anything to YouTube this year, which is embarrassing. But I'm supposed to do that once a day, is the dream. There's a bunch of videos up on there. And there's a Discord community as well. Well, if I Vault, I could still die next turn, right? If we Vault, we're like back to looking for outs. Whereas we could Omniscience and just take the outs right now. Best out is Vigilance. The problem with Vigilance is then we don't shuffle Tantrum in. I guess we've still got Indignation. Oh no, we've used Indignation. I wanted to kill him next turn. Doesn't seem like that's a very realistic possibility. I guess we can do it with Liquid Memories. We could like Liquid Memories Tantrum. So Omniscience Vigilance blocks for 16. 16 plus 6 is 22. He's hitting for 44. We would weak pot him, and he would lose 12 attack, going down to 34. 22 minus 34, so we take 12 damage. Oh, Indignation is in hand. Duh. Alright, I think that's how it has to be. It's not great, but it's the 45 damage attack. What are you going to do? I miscalculated. I'm only taking 11 damage, not 12. Hooray. Drat. We've bottom decked. That's unfortunate. We can wish for strength and fasting. Get mega strong this turn. Oh gosh. Thoughts on having chat box on stream. Does that mean there's no chat box on stream? There is a chat box on stream. Look at your screen. Oh, you mean like a box around it? Yeah, I think we go in here. Strength, liquid memories for fasting. It's probably lethal, right? What are the pros and cons to it? A big pro for me is I upload these videos to YouTube, and I interact with chat a lot. And if the chat isn't on screen, then it's very confusing to watch a YouTube video, because it's just like, I'm just sort of like having a constant psychiatric break. It's not very fun to watch. So yeah, so having the chat messages on screen gives some context. Yeah, other than that, I guess there isn't much of a benefit, because most of the people who are watching are also have chat open, but that's the main thing for me. All right. I'm pretty sure this is lethal if we fasting and wish. I'm going to go ahead and calculate whether or not we can wish for gold here. If we're using liquid memories either way, it would be nice to not waste a bunch of power. So once we fasting, this will do 9. Here, I'll go ahead and just fasting now. That's true. Yeah, sure. Mobile people. Flurbo's gonna hit for 9. We'll just do that now, because that needs to happen before we Wrath mode. Just Lucky will hit for 16. These will hit for 23 times 4 is 100 minus 8, which is 92. So it's clearly lethal. We can afford to wish for gold. Okay. Can we see the weave? Ooh, we can! Wow. Mega lethal. Alright. A fasting plus, huh? I mean, it's a fasting deck, right? We've got 2 copies of Just Lucky now. That makes us a 3 energy deck. Or potentially a 2 energy deck if we Omniscience a fasting plus. The big outs for the rest of the run are we need to find like either orange pellets or talk to the hand. Those are the ways we win. But I think we're pretty obligated to take a fasting plus. The deck is too thick to just have 1 fasting. Do you have a favorite character? Darn. I would like to take Tori. Have to take a Sapphire Key. Decay's kind of brutal. Actually, Decay's not one of the better ones. I would take Decay over the weak or the frail one for sure, and definitely over like Normality. So it's like a top 50%, but like barely. It's not injury. Yeah, it's not that bad. For favorite character, I like playing all of them. I think they're all pretty interesting. I like playing like Defect shenanigans decks. Defect has the most fun shenanigans in my opinion. Yeah, I like different parts about different characters, right? Like Watcher is the best one. You can win the most with that, and I like that. Although Silent has gotten quite a bit stronger recently. I like the fiction for Silent the best. Silent is the most like interesting character. I used to not like Ironclad much, but Ironclad actually has some pretty interesting play now that I know how to do it. I guess we take our last lift here. Finally. As opposed to 11 health, yeah. We've already recalled. We recalled in Act 1, so. Alright, we need one of these question marks to remove the curse. Sensory Stone. Let's see, what do we get out of Sensory Stone? We can get Dark Shackles, we can get Panic Button, we can get Panache is actually pretty reasonable. Blind is pretty good. Hey, Artie. Haven't seen you around for a while. Can you elaborate on defect shenanigans? Yes, I can. So my favorite like defect decks are like 2 holograms, 2 madnesses, where you just hologram into hologram repeatedly. That's my favorite defect shenanigan. Runners up include like putting madness on an all for one so that you can hit it with your other all for one, and then like turbo and hologram back your previous all for one, do it all again. Lots of really fun shenanigans there. Just playing Claw 20 times a turn is enough shenanigans. If you just like have claws and scrapes, you don't even really need it to be an infinite. You just blow people up. It's super fun. I love the 0 cost stuff for defect. I imagine we're all in here. That's usually the case. So let's do it. Yeah, lots of the 0 cost cards are good because they scale your stats, and we have a lot of stats. There's Madness, Blind, something I called out. Yeah, Cleansing Biascog. Yum. Finesse is super good. Violence, maybe. Apotheosis. Yes! There's no upgrades in the entire deck. Get in the deck, Apotheosis. I'm gonna click that one. Let's see, what are we doing for these other ones? Madness is not particularly good. Best targets are like Tantrum or Wish or something. We need to talk to the hand, so picking Blind could help us peel artifact charges for our hypothetical talk to the hand that we still need to find. Finesse just seems super good on its face. Alright, I'm gonna take a Finesse. This deck has like 8 decks, so Finesse blocks for 10 for 0. I'll take it. Impatience seems hard to trigger in the deck, so I think this pick is either Blind or Skip. And I think Blind is better than Skip, so I'm gonna take Blind. Picking all 3 seems good. Not a super expensive red mask. That does remove one of the possible ways that we win the run, which is we go here, get some gold, go here, hit a shop, and that shop has orange pellets. We can't get orange pellets if we do this. We also lose the gold for the Act 4 shop. That can also have orange pellets. I don't know if we're really getting to Act 4. But I guess I need to stay positive, so I'll not do this. We have Blind for peeling the artifact charges. We don't need the red mask. Don't be ridiculous. Uh-oh. Triple Jawworm. Here to cause trouble. If we wheel kick, we can't Omniscience. We could Omniscience of Fasting Plus, and then not have any block, and take like 40 damage. Omniscience a Apotheosis? Ooh, we could Omniscience Vault. That's what you do in this fight. Ooh, what about Bowling Bash? Bowling Bash is kind of hot. Indignation, Bowling Bash. Does that work? We have 3 strength currently. So Bowling Bash is hitting for 10 times 3, which is 60 if we're in Wrath. So that does kill. That would kill 2 guaranteed. And then we could Flurry of Blows the last one. However, if this one's the last one, we get hit for 34. Yeah, we've been struggling here, JSE, but we've survived. We did make it to a shop with the 700 gold, and we bought ourselves a waffle and some real good cards. So we've been cruising based on that for a sec here. Establishment, Weave Foresight, Secret Weapon, all from that shop. I think you left it like the low point when I was talking about pulling teeth. Yeah, I think Indignation Omni is good because we can also wheel kick. Okay, so we will flurry you. Wheel kick you. Secret Weapon, does that get lethal? Gets just lucky if it's not lethal. If we get just lucky and Weave happens to be on the top of the deck, I think we get lethal. We also picked up an ink bottle, which we're close to proccing here. Darn. Still blocks for 2. Actually, if we'd taken Weave, would it have been lethal? No, it's only 1 extra damage, so it would have been he would have been left at 2. Close though. Seriously? I guess let's play Apotheosis Halt and see what the card is from Ink Bottle. Okay, so we have lethal. We could take 2 damage to get 30 gold. That's a good point. You know what? If I'd played Flurry, I'm gonna restart the fight and do that, because if I'd played Flurry, I thought to myself, the Flurry damage doesn't matter, because, but it actually would have, because I would have chosen him as the target, because he does more damage. You're 100% correct. Yeah, I thought it didn't matter, but it did. Gotta play the fight right. Thanks, Artie, for pointing that out. Ending with Ink Bottle on 9 is sick, too. Yeah, maybe it is Third Eye. Good point. I was about ready to say I don't think we won any of these, but Third Eye with Apotheosis is kind of nuts. Scrying for 5 with a Weave in the deck. I mean, it's no talk to the hand, but it's something. Alright, question mark to try and get the last ditch curse removal, or fight to try one last time to get talk to the hand. Our ink bottle's on 9, so I think I'm pretty happy going for the question mark. Question mark, I think, could also get talk to the hand, right? If it's a shop. Question mark shop could, for orange pellets, would be sick too. Right. No shop. Upgrading all cards is not that good anymore now that we have Apotheosis. That's what we were considering earlier. What rare relic are we looking for? Probably just like Fossilized Helix or incense burner or something. Dead branch is not super good. Heal the full would only be 21 health. A rare relic could be a peace pipe. Peace pipe would remove the curse, although we'd probably rest here instead of removing the curse. Shovel, also an option. It's probably most likely to just be like stone calendar or something. Something random. Alright. I am warm. Rush down the eruption seems a good start. Ooh. You don't say. Do I want Secret Weapon in the deck, or do I want to exhaust it? I think I want it in the deck. Windmill Strike gets a buff if we hold it. Tantrum does a bunch of damage. Alright, see you, Nest Guy. Thanks for hanging out. Pretty sure Tantrum's the most damage, right? That's probably what we care about the most. I guess Just Lucky helps us set up for next turn. Maybe a Weave, in case we draw the scrying stuff. But we're not going to really want to Weave while he's in anger mode. I'll just take the damage. We can Fasting Just Lucky Vault. My god, this deck is so much better when everything's upgraded. We can like fit in an Indignation too. Hell yeah, I'll put a Weave in the discard. Oops, should have Indignation first, that's a mistake. Do I take 1 damage to develop 39 damage? No, because it puts Ink Bottle on a weird number for next turn. I'd rather Ink Bottle be on 9. Wow. 90 plus 120 is lethal. Take some damage back, but I think it's less than 20, so I'll take it. Fossilized Helix. That's a good outcome. No Talk to the Hand here, unfortunately. Scrawl's pretty good. Cut Through Fate, also good. Cut Through Fate gets us our Weave back. Scroll is like pretty outstanding when we have Apotheosis. I think I'll take a Scroll. Alright, and then rest up for the boss run. We've made it this far. Do we just go ahead and forge Scrawl? I guess I'll Wheel Kick first. See if we can draw Apotheosis the natural way. Nope. This seems like a fine hand to bless it to forge. I'll Flurry Blows first for an extra card. No Apotheosis. Alright, so we probably like develop Rushdown. And then, like, maybe Blind Sanctity. Give it one more shot. Oh wait, that actually doesn't... That draws with too little energy. I need to save 2 energy to play it. So we could, like, Secret Weapon... Or we could just Blind Sanctity. Yeah, I'll do Blind Sanctity, and if I don't draw Apotheosis, I'll play Rush Hour. Or actually, even if I do draw Apotheosis, because Apotheosis would decost it. Well, alright then. Okay. Leaving myself 5 for next turn. It seems okay. Could set up Inkbot a little better if I prostrate. Gets 3 Mantra. Mantra mostly just doesn't matter, though. I guess just Lucky Scries for 2. Which could help set up next turn a little bit. Okay. That seems great. Alright, he is multi-attacking. Third Eye, unfortunately, does nothing here. Blocks for 6, but then the first hit takes it anyway. Takes the buffer. I'm gonna play it anyway. We've always goes... what does Omniscience hit here? Omni, like, Finesse or something? Oh, Fasting, probably. Yeah, maybe with Fasting and Just Lucky we can actually block out this turn. It doesn't seem like we want to Omni here. Oh, that was dumb. I thought I was going to draw all those cards for some reason. It's not how this works. Just Lucky only blocks for 2, which doesn't block. Alright, I still need to play 3 cards, or else I'm leaving myself with an awkward clock count. So I'll play Establishment and Foresight. And, I guess nothing does damage, so it doesn't matter. Okay, now I actually am drawing all these cards. He is not attacking, so we don't need any block stuff. So I'll go like that. Alright. We want to save Vault for when it procs his clock so we can skip his turn. We can Fasting, Empty Mind Fasting, probably. It's pretty cool. Alright, we've got a bunch of stats, but now we only have 3 energy. Well, we've got stats, so I think it's time to beat him up, right? So it's like Flurry, Indignation, Weave, Windmill Strike. You want to play Empty at the end of the turn? Makes sense for an exit. I kind of want to play the Windmill Strikes while I'm mad, though. Maybe I just leave him at 3 on the clock. Keep setting those up. We don't have infinite time, though. But he's definitely attacking next turn. So I think this is not the time to strand myself in Wrath. But maybe it is. Let's count the outs. We draw 4 cards, because that's one of them. The outs was 1 empty mind, 2 empty minds, right? So 2, 3, 4. Halt, I'm going to count 5. 6-ish. I'm going to take the damage. I'm not going to flurry before the indignation, though. Might as well take the double damage. Oh, I counted the empty mind in hand as an out, but that really wasn't, because it wasn't getting shuffled. It's 30 damage, but it leaves me with only 4 on the clock. How many outs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish. Seems like pretty likely to get an out. I'm gonna leave the time on the clock though. Those aren't outs. I'll keep the third eye. We didn't find it. I guess wheel kick and hope. We pretty much have to wheel kick into like empty mind and halt. We could secret weapon for a just lucky first. Do a little bit of extra scrying. It also blocks for a bunch. We have 5 cards. If those cards are secret weapon, blind, just lucky, wheel kick, empty mind, are we alive? Oh, that's right, we have third eye. Yeah, we should... Well, wait, third eye and then wheel kick doesn't work, because then we don't have the energy to play empty mind. We've only got 3 energy. We don't have lethal, right? Not far off. This is 116. It's 46. So, okay, so if it's secret weapon, just lucky, blind, wheel kick, empty mind, we weaken him, but we also give him 2 more strength, so he goes up to 12 times 3, which goes down to 9 times 3. And we block for, what, like 11? So we're definitely alive. Not, like, super healthy, though. But if we don't draw the empty mind, we definitely die. I guess halt. Halt works, too. Pretty scary situation. Does halt work? Yeah, halt definitely works. So we got 2 time left, and it's like... Crap. Halt doesn't work. Probably like blind halt, I think is the line. Halt blocks for more than third eye. That's so ridiculous. Halt is such a busted card. Yeah, I think this survives. I guess it's blind versus third eye, right? Yeah, blind definitely wins. Nope, we're dead. Alright. Drat. We got stuck in Wrath. Captain Grimm had it right. Should have ended that empty-minded that turn. Not left ourselves in a situation where we had to find one. We couldn't really afford to draw out that fight, though. The longer that fight is, the more likely we are to just die to random stuff. He's scaling, we weren't that scaling. Yeah, that was a tough one. We almost got it online there at the end. The Apotheosis was huge. Getting the Weave and 2 Just Luckies to go with the 2 Fastings was pretty nice. No orange pellets, no talk to the hand. But But it still felt like if we get past Time Lord, maybe. I don't know. Were we really beating like Donideka or Awakened One? I don't think so. Like I think all of the Act 3 bosses killed us. I think we were just dead no matter what. Maybe we get past Donideka. We had a lot of stats. It seems like it was winnable. It wasn't like impossible. But yeah, a real struggle to get as far as we did.